Topics Podcast. All things Nintendo. Unhealthy obsession with Switch 2. Joyce's J, Zelda's Auntie, the true queen of Hyrule. Paul Gale kicks stats, Switch sales is jam, and 60s or Josh Burns car tracks back. My body is ready for Switch 2. I'm excited for the podcast. What about you? Sit back, relax, grab a stack. It's here. Topics Podcast, come around with cheer.
Welcome to the Main Topic Podcast. We are live. It is Friday night, and there is no better way to start your weekend and end your weekend on a high note, in a positive note, than in the Topic Podcast. So we're here. We're here. We're missing like a quarter of our heart of the podcast. Josh is not here with us today, but he is listening. We send our love to Josh, and then he'll be with us in the next podcast. You guys can know you can find Josh at 64 Josh wherever he is at. Just Google it, you'll find it. But today we are here with the great Paul Gale Force Countdown Guy Network. What's up, guy? What's up, Countdown Guy Paul Network?
Doing I got a couple of things, like I said, coming soon, countdown wise, and lately I've been doing the calendar thing, which has been just a different type of fun, a little gaming history. Today, back in 1987, The Legend of Zelda debuted in North America. So that was today's thing, which was, today in gaming history, August 22nd, 1987, The Legend of Zelda launched in North America. And tomorrow, you could see it tomorrow. I'll tell you what tomorrow's is. Tomorrow.
Ooh, sneak peek.
Yeah. Will be the 34th anniversary of when the Super Nintendo launched in North America. August 23rd, 1991. So 24th anniversary. No, sorry, cool. 34th anniversary.
That's a long time. It's a long time. And with us is none other than the queen of Hyrule and also the queen of the podcast, Joycey J. What's up, Joycey?
Hi, guys. I'm sorry, I'm a bit under the weather, so I opted to be live from my couch. Yes, I am on a trip on my very lovely purple couch. It is velvet, and it's in my office. I also have a lovely blanket covering me. It's a Zelda blanket. It's fabulous.
Cozy and comfy. Cozy and comfy.
But talking about video games.
All right. Let's go ahead right away. We got Joey Pitts with the super chat. Says, if losing, disconnect and blame EA, Josh. Okay. Josh, if you're listening, if you're watching, hey, tip: if losing, disconnect and blame EA and Josh. All right. So, Josh, we have to blame EA and Josh. So, we'll keep that in mind for now. Thank you so much, Joey. Appreciate you. And of course, we have me, or the other guy, the other dude in podcast with my other crazy glasses now. And so, we got some stuff to talk about today because this week has been a busy week. There's been stuff. I saw somebody say in the comment it's quiet. No, it's not quiet. There's been stuff happening this week, right? The first thing we got this week was the direct from Nintendo, the game related direct for Nintendo for Kirby Air Riders. Okay, and I think it's the only direct I've ever seen. Maybe there's been Smash Bros. Directs before, right? Because they do the presentation of the new character and all that stuff, right? So they've had Smash Bros. Directs in the past. Are they 45 minutes or are they like 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Do you guys remember?
The general,
yeah, like when they were
they're
whenever
usually 40 minutes.
when not the generals, not the Smash Directs. Like whenever they had a Smash Bros. Presentation with Mr. Man, I forgot his name.
I think in
Sakurai.
2014 he had like a 40-minute one for Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS.
I see. Okay, so that was the last one.
Pretty rare.
Yeah, and so I was like a 45-minute direct for a single game, okay? And I completely forgot it was Sakurai, right? When I was looking at the graphic when they released the announcement for the 45-minute direct, I'm like, wait a minute, couldn't they just kind of split that in half, give half to to Metroid, and then have the other one for Kirby Air Riders? But man, was I wrong? I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Sakurai-san. Because I think that it was a really I don't know if I'm in the minority because I haven't checked the pulse on how people are receiving the game or the direct, but I loved it. I didn't know that. Well, obviously this game is much bigger than Kirby Air Riders from GameCube, right? It was a GameCube back in the GameCube. This one is so much bigger. It has so much going for it. And while it was happening, I said, hey, this looks like a generational game that channels are going to be built upon because there's so much replayability. But we'll get to that soon. We'll get to that. We're also talking about the myth made legend, made real, Hollow Knight Silksong.
It's real.
I don't know how to say this. I still feel weird about saying it. Hollow Knight Silksong is coming out September 4th. That's a very special day for me because that's the time my daughter was born. So it's a double special that day. Hollow Knight Silksong, which is crazy. We had I thought it was gonna be a direct. We waited 2 hours during the live stream for a direct presentation to hear from Team Cherry, right? Hi guys, we are Team Cherry, and we're finally giving you guys Hollow Knight Silksong on your thing there, right? And so we got a good we got a trailer. We got a good 3-minute trailer for Hollow Knight Silksong. We're gonna go ahead and break it down today and talk about it as well, and get the audience and our cast. See what you guys think about the game, right? And was it worth the wait? If that trailer was worth the wait. So we'll get into that. But first, let's go ahead and go over some numbers. But I can't do numbers. I'm not gonna do numbers. I'm not even gonna get close to numbers. But I'm happy we got a numbers guy here who's gonna go over some stats from the gaming world, and then we're gonna see if Nintendo can overcome and become number one. We're talking about Switch. We're not talking about Switch 2 with Nintendo Switch. Go ahead, take it away, Paul.
Real quick, big thank you to Boo Mini first for the gifted sub, which went to Mr. Black. So I had to say that first because that's appreciated.
Oh, wait, I didn't see this here. Boo Mini with the 5 gifted. I don't know. I'm sorry, Boo Mini, but I okay. Give me your phone number. Give me your email address, and send me a DM. I'm gonna send you a free. I'm gonna send you something free from here. Okay, I'm gonna send you something free. I'm gonna send you a T-shirt, like an Odyssey T-shirt, and I'll just choose whatever you want from that. There. Like you want an amiibo, a controller. Let's see here. That Switch 2 box is empty, so I can't give you that. I'll give you something from my shelf as well, as a thank you because you've been incredible at supporting the channel. I just updated my membership today. We're at 68 members. That's the most we've had on the channel because I really don't push members. But with this, if we get 5 more, that's what, 70 something. We're close to the 100, guys. We're close to the 100 members goal. So thank you, Boomini, for that support. I appreciate you more than you know. And man, I really don't have words for real. Thank you. I appreciate you. And of course, the Boomini membership for Paul Guild Network. Thank you, Boomini, for supporting Paul on his channel and everything. Guys, check out Paul on his channel. He's doing live streams. I saw a live stream that he was doing. I was eating my dinner and I was just looking at Paul, like just kind of talking and being interactive and stuff. So go ahead and check out Paul on his live streams. We also got Jimzo with the one. What is it? One Australian? What does the A stand for? I'm sorry, guy. I don't know how to read. Is it the A stands for Australian, or America, or our America? Thank you much for the one. If there's a question added to that, you can go ahead and add it to the chat, and we'll go ahead and highlight it for you. Thank you so much for the support, guys. We appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead here. Paul, take it away. Look at those numbers, man. What's going on here with this this chart?
Yeah. Long conversation, all generation long. Can Nintendo Switch become the new #1 best-selling console of all time? And I have stated from the get-go that I think the range that the system will do is between 160 and 210. Now, why such a huge range? I'll go brief on the 210 because that's not a guarantee. That's just if Nintendo decides to enter India, if Nintendo gets further success in China, if Nintendo eventually price drop the Nintendo Switches,
Yeah.
release a Nintendo Switch Micro, eventually being a 4th SKU at like $100, and if they had a player's choice line where a dozen or so titles and more periodically would have a permanently reduced price point of like.
One second. Paul, I think you're cutting off a little bit. Are you listening to that, Joshi?
I was just about to put a message in our little private chat because he sound echoey and like and far away at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
We didn't hear half of what you said.
Darn. Am I better now?
Oh, perfect now. Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
That's
You're
weird.
still echoing though. Mike, put yourself on mute.
Mute.
I can
Yep.
repeat and see if it's better, and hopefully it's not too boring if others in the chat heard it well.
Okay, so Mike, when Paul or one of us speaks, go on mute because now the echo's back.
No, it's because I have echo cancellation turned off because I was live streaming the other day.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do echo cancellation.
Mr. Black says he could hear me okay.
All right, there you go.
Hopefully
Now you're good.
Okay, I'll repeat that, I guess, from the get-go. It's not a script.
From the from the part where you said that if Nintendo enters India.
Yeah. So that 210 is big, it's ambitious, but it's if they decide to enter India because they're not there, if they have continued success further than they do in China, if they eventually reduce the price of their current SKUs, if they release a Nintendo Switch Micro as a 4th SKU for like a $100 entry point, being a very affordable buy, a repeat buy for some people, a gifted buy for others, a first buy for others, and a permanently reduced like $30 MSRP Nintendo Switch Player's Choice line. These things, while continuing to manufacture the systems, of course, would be a way how they could reach 210. I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but I've always said the minimum 160. And I got that because I look at how well each industry or how well each generation does. So I see this is how many kind of active gamers there are. This is how many you could anticipate growing per generation. This is where Nintendo has been at when you look at their total hardware per gen from home console and handheld console combined, etc. So 160 was my number. I still think it's going to happen. I just think it's going to be later. Originally, I was thinking by around June 30th, 2026, they would hit 160. Now I'm on the side of like summer 2027. Uh, it's going down, but you look at like the weekly support in Japan, for instance, because that's the only data we get every week. And every week in Japan, the thing is selling another 10, 15, 20,000 units. That's like 70,000 per month, or even if it's 60, 50,000 per month.
Yeah.
And that's only in Japan. But you multiply that times a year, that's several 100,000 per year. And you look at Japan being roughly a third-ish from, the globe, depending, it goes up or down, and that's a couple million, a few million potentially. And you look at where Nintendo Switch is at right now, and it's at 153.1 million. And DS is the next thing that it has to beat, which is at 154.02 million. It won't beat DS by September 30th. We saw Nintendo Switch just a little under 1 million for the last quarter. It'll probably do something like 850,000, 900,000 for this current quarter we're in. Maybe a little bit less than like 850 because of the tariffs. That's not going to help. However, what might not help the Nintendo situation with the tariffs, it's also not going to help PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series because everybody has gone up. So when you're still looking at what to buy now, and you still look at what to buy during the holidays, Nintendo Switch is still going to be the most affordable option. Even the base Xbox Series S that was once $300 is now $380. So the Nintendo Switch as an entry point, yeah, it's not $200, but it's only $230. So you still have some affordable ways to get into current, still somewhat modern gaming. If you look at this top list, you have PlayStation 2 at 160. They came out, I kind of wish they did 160.03 or 160.42. Like, give me to the 10,000s place, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Nintendo DS, it was like 5.98 million behind. Nintendo Switch, it won't hit DS by September 30th, but like the third week of October, we won't know officially because Nintendo won't say, hey, as of today's date, it beat DS. But like February 5th, when they give us the data for that October 1st through December 31st period, they will say, this is where it's at now. Now it's at, 155 even. And then you're like, ooh, you're only like 4.8 million away from beating PlayStation 2. And that's going to take another calendar year and a half or something. And you look at Game Boy, including the Game Boy Color line, 118.6. Look how in the past that is compared to where Nintendo Switch just soared past it, PS4 at 117.2, PlayStation at 102.4, Wii at 101.6. And there's your million sellers. There's your 100 million sellers. That's it. There's only, a handful, or I guess a handful and 6 systems that have sold. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 systems that have cleared 100 million. PlayStation 3, 87.4, Xbox 360 about 84, Game Boy Advance 81.5, and then PS5 climbing 80.3. I expect PS5 to probably finish at 100 million plus. Like, the one thing I got right this gen was Nintendo Switch was going to dominate, but I did think PS5 would be a little less than PS4, which I still think I'm going to be right on that. But I also thought Xbox Series would be a little bit more than Xbox One. And I think I'm wrong on that. So I think I got 2 out of my 3 where Nintendo Switch was going to top Wii U, but that wasn't hard to predict. And technically, Nintendo Switch is a part of the PS5 Xbox Series generation. And yeah, I think there's a good chance that there'll be success on multiple sides for the holiday season from Nintendo. You're looking at the most modern platforms, PlayStation 5, $550, or $750, and Xbox Series, there are 5 SKUs. If you want to go with an X, you're looking at several $100s. If you're looking at the cheapest X, that's still good $550, $600. S, $380. You got Nintendo Switch 2 nice and conveniently in there at $450. You're looking at Steam Decks, you're looking at Xbox ROG Ally, $550, $800. Nintendo Switch 2 is very attractive, but as an entry point, Nintendo Switch is not going anywhere. It
Wait,
still has
wait.
a bunch of games coming out this year. We know games coming out in 2026. That bodes well for being a system that will still sell a few 100,000 per month worldwide, several 100,000 to almost 1 million per quarter. And in a year, it's going to still sell a few million. It will take a few years that go by for the system to no longer do 1 million per year. And when you add up 3 and a measly 2 and a little 1.2, there's your 160. There's your 161. There's your 161 and a half. There's your 162 and a quarter. And unless they do something drastic, it's probably going to end around like that 162-ish. Anyways, that's my thing on the numbers. Boom. I
Thank you,
think
Paul.
hit 160.
I, yeah, no better person to talk about numbers than Paul Gale Network. So yeah, make sure to check out his if you want to go more deeper into numbers. I'm pretty sure you're gonna go over this list and give you more a deeper breakdown on his channel. Check him out on his channel. Boo Boo Mini with the additional 5 membership gifting. That makes 10 for the night. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Boo. I'm flabbergasted. I'm everything right now. Thank you so much, Boo, for your support. I appreciate you so much. And I want to welcome the newest members. Here we got a couple of new members here that joined. We got Jimzo. Welcome, Jimzo. Let me bring this back closer here. We got J Squad 56 in the house as a new member. Thank you to Boo Mini. We have Adam Posse. All right, is it Posse? I'm sorry if I say it correctly. But new member, Adam, new member. Solomon Battle, new member also. What happened here? Is that me? Oh, is that on that channel? What is it? Do you guys see that sign out thingy? Let's see here. Okay, so it's not me. I thought I was signed out from StreamYard. Yeah, I thought I was kicked out. And who else we got here? Nintendo Talk. Nintendo Talk is a member. Thank you, Nintendo Talk, for accepting that membership. I appreciate you. We got Nintendo Talk as a member. Man, go. Best cozy male creator of YouTube. You have to go check his content out by a long mile. Thank you so much, Nintendo Talk, for joining, and Boo Mini for gifting. Let's see here, and yep. That I think I'm all caught up on that. But yeah, Boo Mini, make sure to go ahead, send me a message on Discord so I can get your information, send you a gift your way for your support. Thank you so much again. All right. Yeah. So all right. So now that we've gone over the numbers, Joycey, what do you think? Let's question, Joycey. Do you think Nintendo will surpass PlayStation 2?
No.
Yeah. You gotta be honest. You know, no, right? Well,
I don't.
And why do you think? Why do you think so?
I think that it kind of ties into what we talked about last week about the prices changing. Excuse me.
Yeah.
The prices changing and everything. I would rather Nintendo up the price on an 8-year-old system than the brand new one they're trying to promote.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because it's a good argument to say, well, Mom, there's not much of a price difference. You know what I mean? I might as well get the new shiny toy. So I don't know if Switch is going to, I don't think Switch can make it.
Yeah. You are correct. I think that price hike, or not correct, but you're right on your point, because I agree with you 100%. I have 2 reasons why I don't think it's going to make it either. And I think that there's one reason. I think Nintendo have shifted their focus on that. I don't think they are looking to surpass 160 anymore. I think they're content with that. I think they moved on from trying to beat that score, and now they're focusing more on Switch 2 and the future lineup. Although it's sporadic, we don't know what Nintendo's doing. It's all over the place. But I think they moved on. Second, price hike is not going to allow Nintendo Switch to surpass PlayStation. Will it pass DS? I think so. I think Nintendo DS, Nintendo will become, the Switch will become number 2, but I don't think it has a chance of becoming number 1. Just because of that. the price hike.
But here's my other theory.
Mm-hmm.
And I base this theory on nothing, and also I'm running a fever, so I might be a little.
Yeah.
This is just a feeling. So with GTA 6 coming out next year,
Mm-hmm.
GTA 6 is going to move PlayStations,
Okay.
and probably some Xboxes too. That is a game. I'm not a GTA fan, as y'all know, but that is a game that I can honestly say is worth buying the whole system for.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of games.
Uh-huh.
To combat that, if Nintendo Switch 2 does not get GTA 6, which it's up in the air, maybe it will, maybe it won't, who knows? That's not the point. But I think we're going to get a tease of Mario at the next Direct or before the year is out, some kind of tease the next Mario game. And if 3D Zelda is not ready, but there's a movie coming, they can tease us with that and even tease a potential remake. Now, if it's Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess, what it is, who knows?
Yeah.
But Nintendo isn't. I don't want to say. Of course, they're competing with Sony, but this is healthy competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I mean is, I think they're going to be able to hold our attention a little bit more next year. The system is selling well, of course, but I do also believe a lot of that are the big fans that are like, hey, we saved our money. We're ready for this. We're going to go day one, year one. But next year, I think is going to be the year where people are going to say, okay, now I have to buy a Switch 2 because I know that new 3D Mario is coming. I know that Pokemon's coming, and I don't want to discount Pokemon either. So there is potential for Nintendo Switch 2 to get a huge boost next year.
Yeah.
So I think that Nintendo is perfectly fine with the way the Switch sales have done extremely well. And they're just focused on Switch 2 now.
Yeah.
So even though it makes a very compelling argument.
I don't know what is it. Maybe you drank a good coffee today because I'm agreeing with you on every point completely. I also do feel like there was a honeymoon period for the Switch 2 because it's brand new, right? Like all of us crazy Nintendo fans who would pay anything for the system got it already. Now all those who have not yet, can't afford the system, they're gonna take a little while to get it until maybe hopefully we get a price drop because of the tariff thing is situated, right? Whenever that thing gets sorted out, I know there will hopefully be a price drop in the future, but I do think that I think that's gonna slow down things for Nintendo, at least for Switch 1 and Switch 2, and especially now games, Kirby being $70, which is the first thing we're gonna talk about. $70 for Kirby. We're talking about this is a good segue to go into Kirby Air Riders. We just had a Kirby Air Rider Direct this week, right? I'm gonna just really quickly tell you my thoughts on the game and the presentation, and then I'm gonna shoot it over to our co-host so they can go ahead and give their input as well. Kirby Air Riders. I did not play the GameCube one. I was aware of the game, right? But then there was Mario Kart, so I just played Mario Kart, right? And so I didn't pay much attention to Kirby Air Riders. I know it has a big fan base. It has a solid fan base, and so Kirby Air Riders, I didn't think much of it until the Direct. This at least the new Kirby Air Riders. Sakurai is a master presenter. The guy knows how to make games. He knows how to talk to your audience. That 45-minute Direct, and the audience and the chat can testify to this. That 45-minute Direct felt like 10 minutes, just because how he broke it down, how he presented, how he just spoke about the game with so much passion, and you could see it. How he made a few jokes here and there, and he was lighthearted, and it was just, I love the presentation because of Sakurai. I wish he could just take over Directs too, and let him do the Directs also. But he took
the Directs.
He took a 45-minute Direct on one game and made it feel like 10. He broke down, and the thing is that this game is so big now. It's so huge. He spoke about a little bit of the racing, right? And I think the racing took like 5 minutes. He said Yeah, it's kind of like Mario Kart. he joked about it. It's like Mario Kart, but then he just broke out and then went onto the other parts of the game, which is crazy. I can see this game having a whole bunch of events happening in this game, ongoing events with ongoing battles and a whole bunch of other things. There's many modes to it. There's many carts. There's I think there's a 16 player racing at the same time because he didn't want it to be too crowded and make it hard for you to win and get a race. So he limited to 16 players. And the characters are okay, right? I saw a tweet from Nintendo Land. He better not give us like multicolored Kirby's. No, we're not getting multicolored Kirby's. We're getting a variety of different characters to race with in carts and a whole bunch of other stuff. Waddle Dees and a whole bunch of stuff. But I think the presentation was awesome. I think the game is fantastic. I definitely wanted to get it until I saw that it was a $70 game. I can't get it. I'm not gonna get it. I'll get it later on. But I'm sure that the Kirby fans are super over the moon for Air Riders and how major and big this game is gonna be for the community. I feel this is a game that's gonna grow and continue to get better and continue to accumulate a fan base just because there's so much to it. What do you think, Joycey? I think Joycey's getting her coffee. Oh, she fell asleep on the couch.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find the button. I felt like you must feel at the end of every stream when I'm like,
I do.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. 70 or $69.99 is the new $59.99.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah.
I think when we look at games like remakes, Prime 1, Metroid Prime 1 remake, I thought $40 was reasonable. I think 50 would have been perfect, but $40 was way beyond reasonable.
Yeah.
But also that was a remake, and I know how Nintendo feels even about their remakes. But this isn't a remake. This is basically but it's still the same concept as like the prior game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a remake, right?
Yeah, no, that's not a remake. It's a new game. I think the only thing that's kind of like the same as the racing, right, Paul? Just the racing. Have you played Kirby Air Riders on GameCube?
Yeah, I played a decent amount of it back on GameCube, and that one had like a city concept to it, tour that you could navigate around too. But this one's definitely much bigger with its mini games and obviously more characters and online play, etc.
Okay.
So it's not a remake.
Yeah.
No, this is a sequel, like Mario Kart.
Okay.
Double Dash to Mario Kart World.
Okay.
That's totally 100% fair. So when it's a new game, I think, I'm sorry, and I know people are going to disagree, but I think that is fair. And now if they had said 80, I would have said, now hold on now, y'all. What are y'all doing? I think 80 is reserved for the big ones, the ones that they know are going to do 10 million plus. Your Splatoon, mainline Mario, mainline Zelda, that sort of thing. I'm expecting Hyrule Warriors to be 70. I knew 70 was going to be the new lowest price for newer games once we got Tears of the Kingdom. I thought 70 was going to be the majority. Apparently that's not it, but I think it's fair. And also you have to also look at, and I always compare it to this, take that same $70, go to Dave & Buster's and see how far you get. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Take that same $70 to the movies with you and a friend and see how far you get. You know what I mean? Between snacks and everything else. So it's your entertainment dollar, everyone. Use it how you see fit. I think the pricing is fair, but if you don't, that is okay. And if you don't care about the price, that is also okay. So I think it's fair. It's not my type of thing. Y'all know I'm hyped for Hyrule Warriors, and
of course, yeah.
I started a new game over the weekend that I'm excited to get back into this weekend. So, however, I have to say this.
Mhm.
Playing Mario Kart World with a few buddies on Discord last night. Pokemon fan was there. And all everybody was talking about was Kirby Air Riders and their excitement for it. Yeah. So I'm like, wow, if my gaming peeps are getting it, maybe. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
It's awesome. What do you think, Paul? What are your thoughts on the game?
I think the game looks good. I thought the presentation, like you said, was well done. It was funny.
Yeah.
With like, isn't gaming development hard? And
Yeah.
little jokes like, you sure you want me to make this? Mario Kart is similar, and
Yeah.
good things throughout it. So he's a good presenter. He knows what's up. The game looks quality, and kind of like Joyce said, 70 is the new 60. The way I look at it from a very fair, in my opinion, logical standpoint. I was making minimum wage working at EB Games in 2000, and I had to work for 11 and a half hours to pay for a $60 copy of Majora's Mask. Minimum wage has gone up quite a bit more, and gaming has only gone up $10 more. The standard minimum wage person working at a GameStop these days probably doesn't have to work 11 and a half hours to pay for the $70 Kirby Air Riders 25 years after Majora's Mask. So, price comparison wise to what they are probably making, it's cheaper. It's only $10 more. So, factually, the MSRP is greater. But based off of how much else has gone up, movie tickets were $7 then, they're now $17. Comics were $1, now they're $5. Gas is $1.50.
They're $8 over here.
$4.50.
The movie theater tickets are $8 over here. I go to matinee. I don't mind going to no prime time.
Everything is up, but like the matinee then versus the matinee now, up. The regular price then versus regular price now, up. A magazine then, a magazine now, up. Go to Starbucks. I used to get like a Whopper at Burger King for $1, not $1 anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so everything's gone up. 5-fold, 6-fold, rent, mortgage, your electric bill, all of that. Gaming,
but pay has not gone up.
Pay has gone up too.
Nope. If you do a general sense, pay has not met inflation yet. Has
gone up more than gaming has.
Do you know what the minimum wage is still in Florida? The national minimum wage is at the national.
Wage is still on the lower side, but I bet you the vast majority of places aren't paying that minimum.
Yeah, there are a lot of places paying that minimum.
So they have gone up more though since 2000 or 1996 than gaming has, because a Super Nintendo game in 1991, Super Mario World, was still $60. And I guarantee you, a McDonald's employee anywhere in the United States is making more now in 2025 than 34 years ago. So that's fewer hours to work now at minimum anywhere to pay for a $70 game than you had 34 years ago for a $60 game. So not to be willy-nilly with people's money, but just that's the fact of the matter. Every other form of entertainment has gone up way more than gaming has. Gaming has stayed stationary. What would hurt people's minds less is if this happened in 2012 when gaming went back to 60 for Nintendo, because it went from 60 to 50 for an era during GameCube and Wii, and then Xbox and PlayStation actually went back to 60 during Xbox 360, PS3, but Nintendo held out a little bit longer till Wii U. What would hurt people less is if in 2013 Nintendo said now games are 61, and in 2014 now we're charging 62, and in 2015 now we're charging 63, and in 2016 now we're charging Nintendo $64. Then people would be like, oh, it's only $1 more a year. But the thing is, in those last 13 years, you'd be at 73 now. It would feel less painful But you would look back at the last 13 years and how many $1 more, $2 more, $7 more that you paid than the base 60, and you would realize that amounts to hundreds of dollars or more. Right now, you're getting a jump to 70. It's like, whoa, that's jarring, but it's a lot less than the alternative. And these game studios, they're paying their employees more. Their rent is more. Their electric bill is more. Their studios are bigger. Those people's commutes are bigger. The janitorial staff working at that company is getting more than before.
Yeah.
The insurance rates are getting higher than before. Everything has gone up far more. And I get the need for charging it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? A disc only cost a few cents. A Blu-ray disc costs a little bit more. A 4K Blu-ray disc costs a little bit more. A 16 gigabyte cartridge for Switch costs something. A 64 gigabyte cartridge for Switch 2 costs more. And the development you know, the sheer development. So anyways, I am not like, I've never been this whole time like, oh, I can't wait to spend more. Yeah, I hope I get to spend more. No, I'm not foolish, but I completely understand times have changed. I can't get a $1 X-Men comic anymore. It's $5. I don't get a $1 Whopper or a $1 Famous Star. Now they're like
you also have to keep, you have to also keep in perspective. You live in LA. LA, everything is actually more. I can still get a Whopper on my end for $1 once in a while.
Yo, y'all remember the dollar menu at McDonald's?
Yeah. Yeah,
you could get you could get either a double cheese or you can get a quarter pounder.
Can I get a McChicken from the dollar menu? Fried dollar menu? I remember that.
Even in South Texas, where things are still well, they're high, but they're relatively still cheaper than a lot of other places in the country.
Yeah,
and we still have no dollar menu. You are going to spend minimum $15 at McDonald's. Yeah. First of all, nobody should be eating McDonald's. I don't care what anybody says. It tastes way more horrible than when we were kids. So I want us to really, because I know some people think that Paul's quote unquote defending. We can defend working people because we are working people.
Yep.
So if I'm a dev and I created Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild or whatever, yeah, I expect Furukawa to say, yeah, here's your raise. I expect that. When I do well at my job, you know, few months go by, every few months I'm talking about boss. So how about that raise? What's up? Every few months.
Yeah.
Because I'm consistent and I do even better than what I'm consistent. So all we're saying is we can't necessarily I can't defend basic cost of living prices. That's something to get real into a big tizzy about and a big argument about.
Oh, yeah,
but
sure.
When it comes to these kind of extras and everything, you kind of just have to decide where you want to spend your money. Because one of the things you have to think about, you get up, if you go to work, you're probably getting coffee. You might be getting breakfast on the way out. Since you know we shouldn't be eating McDonald's, you're probably stopping at some place like Panera Bread, and so you're probably already spending $25 in the morning. Okay, for your breakfast, or you're doing something extra that you don't have to do. You're buying that extra handbag that you don't need. I mean, I'm talking about myself there. You're buying, certain things you don't need. It is still a bit, if you got the system, you're already good because it's way more easier to save $70 and $90 than it is to save, $500 and pay for it by your system. So just kind of think of those when it comes to the things we want. We all got to make, unless you're a multimillionaire, we all got to make some sacrifices. So maybe skip the Panera breakfast that morning. Somebody said, Jay Biggs, you said you still love McDonald's steak and egg cheese bagel. Okay, you know what? That's fair.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Joycey, but I have to go. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. But
all right, have a great night and a great weekend, Paul.
See you all later. I'm going to keep the chat open. And by the way, before I go real quick, Roger Enyart, thank you for becoming a member and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. So I had to say that. Okay. And with that, y'all have a good one. Bye.
All right.
Thank you. So anyway, so that's all I'm saying. When you're looking at video games and everything, and it's totally okay not to have every single video game that comes out on day one.
Yeah.
It is totally okay. There are certain games that I am completely interested that I have not bought yet because other things take priority. So, work on your backlogs, y'all. They'll work on your Switch, unless it's Labo. They'll work on your Switch too. So, yeah, I know y'all got backlogs. Work on those in between new games.
Yeah, and games are expensive. I could tell you, I can actually speak to you on behalf of a lot of people that I know and am connected to, from all walks of life and price points when it comes to incomes, because I've been there. Like I listen, I've lived off the government. I've been homeless. I've been wealthy. I've been in every level, and I've experienced that. That's why where I am now, although I'm not a rich person, we can afford my living expenses. I can afford this, but I can speak on that, and that's why when I say, I do a lot of research. I do a lot of research because part of my passion is to help the homeless, right? And to do a major thing on that's my private thing, right? But I do a lot of research on living expenses, on where the economy is going, and what the minimum wage is, which, by the way, it's $7.29. The national minimum wage is $7.29 still since 2009. And so I'm aware of what's out there, but I also recognize that gaming is a luxury. Gaming is entertainment. Just like going to the movies. If you can't afford going to the movies, you can't afford gaming, video games. You know what I mean? And so it's not for everybody. So we have a community who love video games, who buys video games. You know what I mean? And just in case we have somebody out there who can't afford a video game, but we don't want to alienate anybody when it comes to talking about video games, because they are expensive, and Nintendo raised their prices. They are expensive because the prices just went up. What, this week, last week, 2 weeks ago? But did pay go up all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks? No, that stayed the same. So there's still that gap there, and so
something too.
What was that?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
The other thing I want you guys to also think about is I make the comparison of going out for your entertainment. First of all, we should all be going out every day and touching grass. However, if you're going to have an evening where you just chill and you want to play some games with your friends and things like that, that's another fun way to connect. Have your friends come over. Play your Nintendo Switch, and you're all in the same room, and actually talk trash to each other if you can. That's just another way to
J-Base.
I'll read that in a moment. That's another way to kind of connect with people, touch grass and play your games all at the same time. So if one of the best, cheapest friend dates, if you will, is you're all going to get together at someone's house, someone's apartment, at a free location, and you play games together. That's what we did when we went camping. We sat around playing cards. It was great. I didn't take Switch camping, but just as an idea of something to do. It depends on what you want to do with your entertainment.
Yeah.
Can you put Jay's comment back up there?
Yeah,
I have to fuss at him real quick.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
9 degrees now.
I used to have a McDonald's next to our house too. When we in our own house, it was literally across the street. So it was a losing battle for us too.
Now, Jay Biggs, now sweetheart, now Auntie ain't fussing at you, but I'm a fuss at you. You deserve good fast food, sweetie. Do you not have a Culver's? Do you not have Do you not have a Culver's? Do you have a White Castle?
White Castle. We got White Castle now. We have a White Castle now.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
The first one in Florida, and it's like literally 5 minutes for me.
I am so jealous, Mike. That was the one thing that. Okay, side quest, y'all.
It's like
Story time. Jay, also, I'm just messing with you. You do you, boo. You only live once. If you're gonna risk it on McDonald's, do you.
yeah.
But story time. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and I moved to South Texas when I was 15. My mom got a promotion and had to switch locations, all that kind of stuff. And we literally cried as we drove out of St. Louis because we knew we would never get White Castle again, because there is no White Castle here. And the first thing we do when we go back to St. Louis, and my mom and I, we want to just get there. So we'll get on the first thing flying out of the airport when we go back home to visit. And we will get home back to St. Louis at about maybe 9 a.m. in the morning, and we get our luggage and we get the rental car. And then the first place we go is White Castle. And for those who don't know, White Castles are the original sliders. They are the original burgers. And back in the day, since we're talking about prices, White Castles used to be a nickel a piece, nickel. And that was back in my grandmother's day. And my grandmother's going to be 100. So give you an idea of how long ago that was. So
how long White Castle's been around?
I forgot how many years, but I think it's a little bit older than my grandma. Hold on. I'm gonna actually look it up real quick. Or it's right around her saying it's 103 years old. So when she was a girl, that's they were literally about a nickel.
A nickel.
And now I think a White Castle, I think I haven't been to St. Louis in a few years since my dad moved also to South Texas. But I believe they're almost $1 now each. And that is a big deal because they're sliders. Why should a slider be $1?
Yeah.
And also I'm so jealous you have White Castle. I'm so jealous.
I mean, they just opened this month. I think like a week or two ago. I still haven't been there yet. But we got a new Costco. Right, we have. Is it Costco?
Sam's?
No, we had Sam. It's not Sam's Club. I think Sam's Club here sucks a lot. It's not BJ. It's Costco. Yeah, we got a new Costco, and then in that same little area where Costco is, like the little. Sometimes Costco has like fast foods there. They built a new White Castle there, like a brand new one there.
Have you been yet?
Not yet. No, I haven't been here yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Tomorrow I shall go to White Castle.
I totally suggest taking the wife and the kids.
Yes.
Because everyone deserves really good fast food, and none of us should be eating fast food. First of all, but again, you only live once. Just make healthier decisions on Monday. But tomorrow, y'all go to White Castle.
Yeah.
I had this crazy dream that Silk Song got announced. I don't know if I'm still in that dream or if that really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about, Joycey. That's a myth.
Silk Song, I was so sure it was a myth, but according to Team Cherry, the myth becomes legend on September the 4th.
Yes, and that's a good segue because that's what we're talking about right now. We live streamed about what was it, like an hour, right? An hour and a half, waiting for this presentation for All Night Silk Song. It ended in about a minute and 13 seconds. that was the first thing. I'm like, everybody in the chat, that's it. That was so hilarious. We were like, we had to rewind. Guys, rewind is a word we used to use back in the day when there were tapes and you had to rewind the tapes to see what was before that, or even or here like a cassette tape or a video cassette, a VHS. For those of you, no, it's not a company. It's actually a thing. VHS. It's a thing. We used to rewind before and in the before time. So we had to rewind the presentation to watch it again because I was lost for a minute because I'm like, okay, I'm still expecting Team Cherry to Welcome to hello guys. We are Team Cherry, and we're so excited to present to you blah blah blah. The and this and that. I'm like, okay, this is happening, right? They have a countdown and everything, and a countdown led to another countdown. Oh wait, they have another countdown. This is gonna get good. And then they drop a minute trailer, a 93-second trailer. That's what they drop.
To be fair, they did come out and they did some interviews after that, talked about why it took a while.
And I'm this is without even seeing the interview. I'm pretty sure that peer pressure was a big thing. Knowing that Hollow Knight did so well, they were that success for them was completely unexpected. They weren't expecting that success for Hollow Knight, and so with that, the pressure for Hollow Knight Silksong got even bigger. And I'm sure they probably got ahead of themselves to announce Hollow Knight Silksong, but the fact that they announced it made the game a myth, which that itself creates a massive buzz around the game, and I'm pretty sure that game's gonna make millions on September 4th. So, but here we have it. Look at guys, it's real.
Speaking of games that are fairly priced, I believe that Silksong is only $25.
$24.99. Yes, it's insane. It's insane.
So if you're looking for a good game that's under 70.
Yeah, Hollow Knight. Yeah, Jeannie Love says Hollow Knight hit 15 million copies. I think this is going to surpass it. I think because remember, Hollow Knight hit 15 million copies, and the anticipation itself for Silksong is bigger because nobody was expecting Hollow Knight. People are expecting Silksong. You know, I know that
interesting.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say something real quick. When we were trying to look for the price, I checked on Amazon the other day, and it's not up there yet. But I saw Hollow Knight. Of course, Hollow Knight comes up, and it says just 300 sold in the last month. And I said, this game is still selling. And I said, that's a good amount for an indie in a month.
And it's $14.
All these years later.
If you have access to Target, then you can buy Hollow Knight for only $14 digitally. So if you want to buy Hollow Knight, $14 digitally on if you want to play this one before the one, you still have time to buy Hollow Knight, beat it, and then play Hollow Knight Silksong when it comes out. Tomorrow we are actually starting our live stream countdown to Hollow Knight Silksong, playing and beating Hollow Knight. So, I'm excited. This is look, I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. Look, let me show you. But indie, okay, indie games. I'm excited that Hollow Knight is a game made by two developers and a designer. So it's a group of 3 people, Team Cherry, just a very small team, right? And look at the massive game they've created. You can bet your bottom dollar this game is going beyond just video games. Besides merch, maybe a TV show, maybe a movie of some sort. This game is gonna go places other than just video games, right? And it started with an indie developer who decided to make their first game, and they're going all out with it, right? So I'm really excited. There's another game that I'm keeping an eye out this year, and if you guys have not played it yet, go get it. It is Ruffy and the Riverside. Is another indie game that I think is gonna make waves. It just came out this last summer. And so I see a great future for that game too. And yeah, are you did you play Hollow Knight, JC?
I did not. It's not my cup of tea.
A cup of tea?
I'm sorry.
I actually
coffee.
It wasn't my cup of tea either, and the game is normally not. But I actually did buy Hollow Knight to play it, right? And I started playing it, and I think I started playing a little bit on live stream yesterday during the presentation. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm gonna start from fresh. And the reason why I want to play this game is to kind of is because it's indie, and I love when indie games kind of break that glass ceiling, right? And enter into that triple A realm where people are talking about it, and that's all they talk about, right? Like people are all talking about next Call of Duty. You just mentioned GTA 6, right? That triple A, that ceiling where people are constantly talking about that. And Hollow Knight, Silk Song, with just an announcement, just an announcement. What? When was this? 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and so
just
just
really teased it the day before.
yeah, just an announcement. They managed to break that ceiling, right? It became a myth, and it was fun. Every single Nintendo Direct, every single presentation. If Hollow Knight's not here, we riot. You know what I mean? And so it just the fans created the atmosphere, and it was just fun. It's kind of sad that it's coming to an end. I hope they say, hey, guess what? Hollow Knight Silk Song 2 is coming out, or Hollow Knight something other song.
Cotton Song. We did
Cotton
Silk Song.
Song.
Let's do Cotton Song.
Hollow Knight Moonshine is coming out, and just like make it come out like in 10 years, so people can just kind of continue the trend of calling it Hollow Knight for every presentation. But
I don't think there's a pre-order up yet, is there? I haven't
Nope.
checked today.
there's nothing up. There's no
So
pre-order.
I low key like on the lowest of keys, on September 1st or 2nd, I want Team
Uh-huh.
Cherry to come out and say, actually, guys, we need to delay this. No, I'm just kidding. No, you can pre-order now. And then the pre-orders just drop.
That's funny. That'd be insane if it all that last minute they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys, we're gonna have to push it back to 2026." It was out of our hands, but you know.
I'm kidding. If anyone from Team Cherry is listening, please don't do that. That will literally upset people. That I'm joking. Just in case somebody thinks that is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's not. But anyway, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. One of the things that I know that is often discussed is, how graphics and frame rates and how pretty games look and things of that nature. This is a game to me that stands out. And I don't want. I'm not taking shots at any particular game or series or anything.
Yeah.
But we've said this before. When I watch the State of Play, when I watch, I forgot what Microsoft's is called, but when I watch basically, what is it, Xbox something? I forgot what theirs is called. But when their Xbox Direct or whatever, or when we were watching, Gamescom and everything the other day, it starts all blending and looking the same. So I want you guys to understand this is a game that I'm not necessarily the most interested in. Doesn't mean I'll never play it, but it's not on my personal radar. But I know what Hollow Knight Silk Song looks like.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with the hype around the game and everything and the frustration. So this is one of those games that has a lovely art style that is very, very different than what we've been told is AAA and what we've been told you have to spend, like $2 billion to make a game. Okay, maybe not 2 billion, but you got to spend like 100, 200, 300 million dollars to make a game that's going to last, only a few weeks or a few months. So I'm really appreciating that. Well, let me put it like this. I love Nintendo because they do go with different art styles. I know it's cartoony, but they still look very different. I'm kind of hoping with these other games coming out, indie and otherwise, that kind of AAA says, hey, we still want to do our big 200 million game that's going to sell well, hopefully, and we want to spend time on it. We still want those worlds, but worlds like this with just this great kind of artistic vision, that is, I think this is more needed as well. So, and a part of that was Fever, part of that was me, but y'all rock with what I'm saying.
Yeah. So Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming out in when? What it's September 4th, right?
September the 4th. That's like 2 weeks.
That's crazy. And it's surprising that they make this game Well, they announced this game, and the release date is so near, right? Man, let me know in the chat. Are you guys picking up Hollow Knight Silk Song? I was about to say Moonshine.
That's a good name for the next one.
Hollow Knight Moonshine. What is Moonshine?
That is from Prohibition, and it's when they would make alcohol in their bathtubs because during Prohibition.
Okay. Wow.
So I don't suggest you make that because it apparently was even stronger than refined alcohol.
Yeah.
And that is just a history lesson, folks. That's just a history lesson. So don't drink.
Hollow Knight Moonshine, where what the character of Hollow Knight makes alcohol from their toilet. That is a bad one.
They made it in their bathtubs, Mike. Not the
okay, not the toilet. That's horrible. Anyway, yeah. Speaking of Hollow Knight, there are other games that are coming out this year in the indie sphere. One of them, I think Joycey was excited about. Right, Joycey? What's the name of the game?
Which one for what?
Hades 2, is it? Hades 2?
Oh, I need to actually play Hades 1 because I'm weird like that. I like to play stuff in order, even if it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed Hades. So that's a game I didn't think I would really enjoy until I got my hands on it at the experience, at the Switch experience. So, however, I will admit, when certain games are announced, they kind of jump to the top of the list, and other games that I'm thinking about get pushed to the bottom. So I've already spent my money on Octopath Traveler and Hyrule Warriors. And depending on what this next direct puts out, if there's anything else coming out this year, then something else might get put on top of the list. So Hades is just not on top of the list at the moment. But it doesn't mean it will never get played or bought.
Hold up. Breaking news. We got breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Stop the press. Stop the press.
Oh my God.
Lottie, stop the press. Stop printing. Boomini, stop printing. Alma, stop printing. David Patterson, you have to stop the press. We have breaking news. Just happened just now. It's gonna be announced soon. I don't know how this happened, but I have it here. Exclusive news to the channel. We might be taken down for this, but who cares? I'm gonna go ahead and break the news because just so you guys could hear it here first. All right, guys, ready for this?
No.
Breaking news.
I'm scared.
It's happening. It's happening. Hollow Knight Moonshine. It's the myth. It's becoming a myth, and you hear it here first. Hollow Knight Moonshine. It's happening.
Mike, you did all that just to scare the heck out of everybody.
Breaking news, my friends.
Mike, go sit in the corner. That was a good one. Yeah. That is not a real thing, guys. That is not a real thing. I had nothing to do with that.
That's hilarious.
That's why I was checking my Twitter. Like, what breaking news? What just happened?
It's a thing, guys. Hollow Knight Moonshine.
This is a thing. Mike,
for real.
This is not for real. To our listeners, thank you for enjoying that joke with us.
I'm serial. I'm so serial right now.
You are so not serial.
I'm so serial right now.
You are not super serial at all.
This is the serial thing. This is a serial thing.
If you know, you know. This is not a real thing. However, if Team Cherry is listening, this is a good idea. Hollow Knight Moonshine.
Yeah,
just think about it.
Hollow Knight Moonshine. Actually, you know what? So, if you are, what is it they make in a tub again? What stuff do they make in a tub? Is it?
Oh, moonshine.
What is the moonshine again?
Alcohol.
Okay, so guys, if you are over the age of 21 and you make alcohol in your tub, you just make a moonshine version of it. Make a Hollow Knight version of it and call it Hollow Knight Moonshine. You know, with the picture of a tub and Hollow Knight just kind of there, like the guy, the little character. I still don't know the name of the character. In chat, if you guys know the name of the character from Hollow Knight, I don't know the name of the character. Is he Hollow? That's his name, Hollow Knight. Right?
Wait,
Knight?
say it again.
Is that his name? Knight? Hollow?
I don't know the name of the characters.
Hey, this is not a troll. It's for real. We're serial here.
This is not for real.
This is a serial channel.
If Mike doesn't stop, I'm gonna take his beard.
Super Mario Moonshine. Okay, that looks like an actual real name.
No, it doesn't.
It does look like a real like a serious name.
Look, if Nintendo names anything with moonshine in it, they're gonna probably start bringing back the love hotels, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. If you know your Nintendo history, you know. And no, I'm not gonna elaborate on that.
Collect the moons and drink your way to Princess Peach.
Princess Peach, I was tired of saving you.
I hope they pair Mario and Pauline. They deserve it. They deserve to be happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to say this.
Open up a cafe.
In Odyssey, I have gone about this story several times, so I'm gonna say it again for the 109 of you that are watching. Thank you so much for hanging with us. But Peach is for the streets, and the reason why is because at the end of Mario Odyssey, she doesn't even thank Mario for saving her.
Right?
She doesn't have to be with Mario. They do not
Okay.
have to get married. Okay. But I'm sorry, human decency requires you to say thank you to the person who saves you.
So don't go that far, Joycey. In Mario 3, I just beat it yesterday. When you make it to the end, sorry Mario, but our princess is in another castle. Ha ha ha. The end. I'm like, so you tell me I made all this far. God knows what I did. I had to jump over to beat Bowser stomping on my head and try to trick him into fall into dig his own grave. Literally, he was digging his own grave in Mario 3. For you to come up and joke around like that. So Peach has always been playing like stuff with Mario's feelings for a long time now. This is not new.
But what did Pauline do? Pauline had a whole block party.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
So all I'm saying, I mean, not that Mario doesn't deserve a big block party, but the fact that she made a whole concert and had a hit song and everything, I'm just saying, Pauline is the better girl.
Yeah, I agree. She's a mayor, she has something. Who made Princess Peach a queen? How does she become she's not even a queen, she's a princess. And who's the king? Who's the queen? You need a king and a queen to make a princess. I don't get it.
Mike, we're slowly getting into PG-13 territory.
All right, friends. I think this is a good time to start the Q&A. So, if you are happy and you're excited for Super Mario Moonshine, then go ahead and leave your question. Make sure that you at the podcast at Mike Odyssey, so we can go ahead and take your question in. So, starting Q&A right now. We got about 10 minutes on the podcast. We'll take as many questions as we can in that time. And we got Super Mario Moonshine coming up soon. Look at Mario. He's happy. He's just ecstatic.
I feel like there's a stream we should do surrounding that. Now, it will be mocktails because
Mocktail.
Joycey doesn't have any fun unless it's coffee anymore. So I'm just getting too old for all that, So we can find a way to make like a mocktail moonshine and like play Mario Kart World, and we have to like take a drink for every time somebody throws a blue shell or something.
All right, the Q&A has started. Let me see if I can go ahead and highlight questions here.
There's one in there so far.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Let me start reading them.
Yep.
Shout out to Boo Mini. So this is for both of us. Can there be a super chat or gifted membership goal so Joycey can live stream a Zelda game on this channel while the rest of the podcast does their chatting and conversating? You know what,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mike? I actually got a Mike, I got a real good idea for that.
For the live stream, while we do the
Yes, actually, and you'll love it. OMG, yeah. Mike, after the live stream, step into my office. We're gonna talk about that one.
Good idea. Good idea.
Good idea, Boo Mini. We'll work on that.
Yeah, we can watch that. We can talk while Joshi's playing a Zelda game, and you guys can see her react to getting eaten by a Lionel.
Shout out to Nady Nay for Q&A. So how do you make a prince or a princess? Well, first you have to have a king and queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on what number child you are, will depend on your status.
Yeah.
So as long as you're a king or a queen, so what if you like your first starter, but you don't like your second one? So your first starter will be a princess, and your second one, she'll just be like a court gesture or something.
No, it has another name.
Duchess.
Duchess. There you go.
I think Duchess is like them far cousins or something.
Isn't the gesture like the like the clown?
One of my buddies, he always calls me Queen of the South, and so we decided that we're going to have our whole royal court, and I dubbed him the court gesture and the Lord of Misrule. So that's how you get a prince or a princess. And by the way, Nady Nay, yes, I am being extremely funny right now. I know what you mean. But we already crept too far into PG-13 territory already. Yeah. We still got more show to go.
Yeah, we got Mario here looking at the moonshine he just made, just kind of like surprised, reading the label. Mario, I don't know what he's doing.
Oh my goodness. Lottie Tro here. Hello, Lottie. Nintendo, don't say nothing. Quick question, Mike. How old will your daughter be on the 4th of September? And wish her a happy belated. Well, it's not belated yet. Is it?
Belated is if it's late, so it hasn't arrived yet. Early, you mean early?
Yeah.
She's turning 16.
Dang, she grown.
Yeah, she's kind of big. She's kind of big.
Let me go back a little bit and see if I see if there's any other questions. No, Jay Biggs. It's moonshine, not Hennessy. Hennessy would actually be an improvement. Let's see here. We're just gonna go through these. We chilling. It's just us. My fever is coming down a little bit. So shout out to
In Spanish, we do quinceañera, which is 15. And for the Spanish people, we do quinceañera, which is 15. Or we have the option. Like, for example, I was born in Massachusetts, right? But my family's in Puerto Rico. So sometimes the girls, they choose whether they want to do a 15 or 16 quinceañera or 15. Some people go out and do both. So, but yeah, she's doing a 16.
Oh, I love quinceañeras. There's a huge market for that here. Again, I'm in South Texas, and the dresses are beautiful. The girls are so adorable. I'm like, I'm not part of that culture, but if I had a daughter, we would have done it anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jenny Love. Do you think Metroid Prime 4 will come out in September or October? I personally think October.
September is too soon for that game. This is kind of shadow drop. October is Pokemon ZA. So Pokemon ZA is a massive game. I don't think Nintendo wants to pair those two games together. You know, one will kind of, Pokemon launches on day one, it sells 1 million. You know what I mean? Metroid is Metroid Prime, not Metroid Prime. Metroid Dread was the highest selling game at 3 million, and so every Prime has been under 2 million, and for their lifetime. If Nintendo wants to give it a chance, it needs to have its own little pocket. The only month we have available right now is December, because Kirby Air Riders took the November slot. That is also turned out to be a massive game. So
I still have a feeling that Hyrule Warriors might be a December game.
Yeah, and so I mean, Hyrule Warriors, just because they said winter, I could still put it at January or February. So at least I'm like, okay, yeah, I can feel good about that one. But man, Metroid, they said 2025. They said they didn't say this winter or whatever. They said 2025. You know.
So here's my theory. Nintendo's been really good about, I feel, and I know it feels empty, but because I follow Nintendo and I do the show with you, Mike, that I feel like I'm always finding out stuff. So Nintendo's been talking to us since the Switch to Mario Kart Direct. They've been talking to us, and then we had a dedicated direct to Mario, and then we had our partner showcase, and then we had another dedicated direct for Donkey Kong. Then we had then we have an indie world, and then even though it wasn't directly related to just Switch 2, Silksong drops. And then we get Kirby Air Riders as a direct. So Nintendo is continuously talking to us, y'all. It just may not be what we want to hear yet, but they're continually talking to us. So my guess is at the September direct, Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to take up a healthy amount of time, not a long time. Maybe if it's a 40 to 45 minute direct, maybe it'll take maybe 5 minutes. And then I think we're going to get a dedicated Metroid Direct. I don't know how long it'll be, but a dedicated Metroid Prime 4 Direct. And they're going to go into even more. And then they're going to probably drop the release date then. So we're all feeling the FOMO, fear of missing out. We're all feeling the FOMO, if you will. Hype train for only a few weeks, right on into October.
Yeah.
Probably at least maybe 1 million. Not the perfect plan, but Metroid Prime 4 has already been rated in the US and a few other places. I forgot the other places because again, I'm only working with one brain cell instead of my usual two. So Metroid Prime 4 has been rated, so that's the good thing. I know that doesn't mean that it's all the way done, but yeah, I still think it's coming this year. So
yeah, it's so crazy. I think because we also have the Mario 40th anniversary celebration, right? That's another presentation. We have the supposed Nintendo Direct. I mean, I'm not gonna say supposed because Nintendo always has a Direct in September. So we have that Nintendo Direct in September. It's just so weird. Are we gonna have a Metroid Direct? Because the only way I see Nintendo releasing the game in September is if we have a direct dedicated to that game. A direct dedicated to Metroid will at least give it enough of hype to push it through, right? And so it's weird. But we do have another breaking news here.
Mike, this will be a real one.
This one is
come over there and sneeze on you.
This one is sort of in the works right now. It's a brand new game called Xenoblade Chronicles Astral Chain Moonshine, and it's coming out soon.
It's gonna come out March 32nd.
This is March 22nd.
No, I think March. SMARCH. March 32nd.
March 41. March 41.
Oh, that's
20,
right after my birthday.
2099. 2099.
Now, some of us might still be alive then. You know, you got 3099. Why is it
Uh,
called? Okay, I want to change the game's name. Can we call it Xenoblade Astral?
Xenoblade Astral.
The Moonshine Effect.
Yeah, the moonshine effect. Yeah. It's we're gonna go ahead and moonshine every single game that comes out for Nintendo.
Oh my god!
I think it just makes it better, right? It makes
No,
it
Mike.
makes it more playable.
I got
Makes
it. I got it. No, wait, I got it. The Legend of Zelda: Taste of the Moonshine.
Taste of the moonshine. What's the what's that what's the sequel to wait, the sequel to Ocarina of Time?
Majora's Mask.
And they have that big ugly moon,
Yeah, that's Majora's Mask.
right? Well,
The game that you are so scared to play, but is the game that I know that you will gonna love, probably second to Skyward Sword.
really? Yeah, so it's up there with Skyward Sword.
Well, this you
The story.
enjoy a lot of heartfelt
Yeah.
stories, relationships, and Majora's Mask is very, very, very heavy on that. And there is a quest in there. It's my favorite quest. I think it's my favorite quest in all of Zelda. There's top two favorites side quests that I have in all of Zelda, and it's a quest that's in Majora's Mask, and I cry every single time. And yeah, good cry, happy cry. It's a good emotional cry. So, yeah, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. So one day, Mike, we gotta sit down and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about playing Zelda. Let me answer this question from Pokemon, because I'm getting lost in the chat a little bit. Pokemon fan, you ask this question all the time. We done told you. She's like, when do you think the next direct will be? I know Zach from Switch Force says it's earlier than people think. My thoughts are earlier in September, meaning early September. I just think September period.
I just think if you know something, say something. Don't give hints. You know, like first thing, if Nintendo always has a direct in September. Okay, if I throw a dart, I'm gonna hit it. You know, so there's gonna be a direct in September. Yes, there will be a direct in September because there's always a direct in September because the September is the direct that sets up the following year for Nintendo. Right now, January and February have no dates, right? February is the next direct. That direct sets up the year, right? And then the June one continues the year, and September starts the next year. So this Nintendo Direct that we're getting now, it makes perfect sense for Mario to be in it because Nintendo's celebrating the Mario 40th anniversary, and it's setting up Mario for next year, and of course the Mario movie. So we could see Mario movie in the Direct, right? Hyrule Warriors, we could also see that. Well, we could also see that in the Direct, and so short answer, yes, there'll be there's going to be a Direct in September. You don't have to be a leaker to know that. You just have to go back in time and look at Nintendo and how they, how they've scheduled their things. Okay.
I think we're a little off. It feels a little off this year because we kind of went. I think you know what, Mike? Nintendo gonna fire us. No, we skipped a direct this year. There was I don't think there was a February direct, right? We went right into the April direct and then the Switch 2 direct, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Or it was something, or it was a forgettable direct, one or the other. Mike, you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
We should come up with a mocktail. And we should, yeah, that's okay, Mike, we're gonna have to a staff meeting after the podcast.
Yeah.
Because now we got another good idea. Okay. Shout out to Tsukino Ame. I hope I'm saying
look at Mario's eyes. He just has too much.
It's a mocktail, I swear. How does the drink version of these games taste like?
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
It's apple juice, my friends. Apple juice.
We're gonna find a way to make some really good mocktails, and that's the prototype of the bottles. Hold on. Y'all ain't got no more questions. The chat is cracking jokes though. The chat got jokes.
You can read some of the jokes.
Grey Goose and cranberry juice. That used to be my go-to. One of my go-tos back in the day.
What's Grey Goose?
Vodka.
Okay. See, I don't know a lot about alcohol stuff because I'm a child in mind. I'm a little kid.
I'm not a child. I just don't see the point because I'm like, this doesn't even taste great.
Listen,
like,
I have to
I'd rather
confess.
have coffee.
I have a confession. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I a long time ago, I went to this amusement park with my family. Right. It was all creepy, dark and scary. And I was gonna go get in line to this ride. They told me I was too short. They just gonna mock me and everything. So I was just like frowning, walking away. And I found this machine. It's called the Zoltar machine.
Oh
I happened to put a quarter in it, and I made a wish, and I told it I wish I were big, and I just woke up one day big, and so the next day I got married, met my wife, had kids, and here I am now, 6 years later with the YouTube channel. True story.
Mike, I really hope.
True
I
story.
really hope. I forgot what company made it, but I hope we don't get sued.
Yep. I actually have a picture of it. I have a picture of the moment that I made the wish. Let me find it.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
I just want to see what he's gonna pull out of his hat here. I really.
Wait, I have a picture here of the moment that I made the wish. I have it here. Let's see here. I'm standing in front of the Zoltar machine and making this wish, and all of a sudden I wake up the next day. I'm a big person. I'm like, what the heck is this? Why am I big? I'm like, why can't I be?
You immediately met the love of your life and had children.
I'm like, I was a kid. I was in elementary school. Why am I so big? Why can't you just turn me into a teenager so I can ride the ride? That's all I want. That's like a little thing for the movie. Like the movie Big.
For those of you who have not seen the classic movie Big, starring Tom Hanks, it is wholesome, good fun. So that's an oldie but a goodie. Double check Netflix, double check a few different places. Also, no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. There's another Tom Hanks movie from that era that is not so wholesome, but good God, is it hilarious?
What movie is it? Big?
No, I said there's a movie from that same era.
Splash?
Era. Not that one. Splash wasn't that bad. I said it's not so wholesome, but it's from.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. Okay, remind me to tell you that too.
I probably didn't watch it if it wasn't Toy Story. Yeah, Sheriff Foodie.
You'd watch it because you would find it because you'd like the 80s humor.
Yeah.
It's you got to remember it's 80s kind of humor versus what we feel is too much.
Yeah,
it's different. Okay, and also real quick shout out to Chris Lee. I did see your question, dear. Mike and I have both been extremely busy, so I have not reminded him. But Chris Lee reminded me, Mike, the Zelda Legos that you had that Chris Lee sent for me. When you get a chance, could you please mail them on over? Because he's
yes, I will. I already got the labels and everything. I just have to drop it off. Yeah. So yeah, they will be mailed this week. Promise, pinky promise.
Another good wholesome movie starring Tom Hanks.
Yeah, you're right. I miss John Candy too.
Joe versus the Volcano. That is the name of the movie, I believe. Joe versus the Volcano. Another old but good.
The Money Pit. The Money Pit is hilarious.
Money Pit is hilarious. So,
yeah. So guys, look at You know, Tom Hanks's movies are funny from back in the day. They're funny. They're hilarious.
He has he, in my opinion, is probably just one of the best actors of our time. Any role he's ever played in, I believe the story that is being presented to me,
Yeah.
that's being told to me. And of course, my favorite Tom Hanks movie of all time is Forrest Gump. It's one of the
Yeah.
sweetest movies ever. I mean, definitely it's an allegory for what's going on in America. Well, certain parts of America, but if you just look at Forrest Gump as a character and as a person, is like he's just such a sweet human being.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't we have more human beings like him?
Yeah. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
The first thing that man said when he realized he had, the little one, he was concerned about his intelligence. And I said, that is the most parent thing ever. Because that's what parents always worry about, is my child okay? Or are they better than me? And that's one of the things that I admire about parents. Wow, this is a very long side quest. Okay.
Listen, another masterpiece is Tropic Thunder. But not Tropic Thunder, but the character.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
No, the character in Tropic Thunder that Ben Stiller plays that makes fun of
Oh my God.
Forrest Gump. That movie that he's an actor. He's an actor. He's an actor in that movie, and he plays a version of Forrest Gump.
Oh my gosh.
Which is horrible. You guys have to watch it. It's hilarious. All right, I have a picture of myself as a kid in front of the Zoltar machine. I'm gonna show it to you now. And I gotta warn you, it's a little shocking and sad because this is how I looked when I was a kid. But
a few weeks ago, right? Or a few years ago, right?
About 6 or 7 years ago.
Then how'd you get gray hair so quick? Why didn't you just turn into a 20-year-old instead of a?
I told Zoltar, I'm like, why'd you make me so? This is me in front of the Zoltar machine. I don't know why I'm doing thumbs up. I'm like, and I'm don't ask me who took the picture because I don't know. Somebody took the picture. I'm there in front of Zoltar, and
Oh God.
I'm just yeah. That is so creepy because that's exactly the face that I had when I was a kid in front of the Zoltar machine. So yeah,
AI is doing too much. Oh, honorable mention: Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom. That was
Michael Keaton, another great actor, by the way. This is a Q&A / side quest. The great
Joycey and Mike rambling about the good old days.
The great late Robin Williams. He was my favorite actor of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, okay. Side quest number 372. Look, I need someone to tell me or explain to me why they don't like the movie Hook. I have read so many scary things because see, social media, we didn't have social media growing up, right, Mike?
Mhm.
So when you went to the movies and you talked about it with your family or the friends that you went with, you pretty much all kind of had a similar probably had a similar outlook. But now with social media, you find out that people hate one of your most favorite movies. And I'm like, people don't like Hook? What is wrong with people? Are people not okay?
Yeah,
I mean, not okay. How can you not like Hook? First of all, Robin Williams. Second of all, Robin Williams. Third of all, Dustin Hoffman. Okay, I'm just saying that was so heartfelt. It was a beautiful story. It was fun. All the Lost Boys were there. They ate pretend food. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, Free Willy was another one.
I just think about that Michael Jackson song. Will You Be There?
Oh
That's
my God,
the song.
yeah.
That song, I
Yeah.
think, actually that song put that movie over the top.
Social media was big in the 80s, but you were more
No, it wasn't.
social watching media.
We were social face to face and over the phone directly.
Yeah, that's the real social thing, So
Yeah, we couldn't wait to get home. Well, I think for teenage boys it was different, but for girls, we can wait to get home and get on the phone because we didn't have cell phones and everything like that. So we had to talk to our friends between classes, pass notes in class. And then after you get home, you get on the phone on three-way with all your girlfriends and you talk about, everything that happened at school in more detail.
Yeah. 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 It was a good old time. Good old times.
Said Home Alone. Yes. Oh my goodness. Every generation deserves a really great Christmas movie. And for years before that, it was a wonderful, It's a Wonderful Life, which is still an excellent Christmas movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the one for our generation is definitely Home Alone, the first Home Alone 1, and then Home Alone Lost in New York. It's not even Christmas until I've watched both movies, knowing exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Home Alone Lost in New York is to me my favorite one.
I just love it because my whole thing is okay. Side quest 375. Harvey and Marv. Y'all got outdone by an 8-year-old twice.
They're cartoon characters because they should have died like so many times throughout that movie with everything that happened. He got electrocuted. He got hit in the head with the brick from like you don't survive that. You don't survive that.
It's like Three Stooges comedy.
At all, man.
Did you ever watch the Three Stooges? I used to love it.
Yeah.
Kid. Yeah, it's very Three Stooges comedy. Like it's extremely slapstick. That's what they used to call slapstick. The more pain you can take and make the audience laugh.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Mike? Sorry.
I'm saying my other movie was the Santa Claus, but the original one. Like, did you see the Santa Claus the original one?
No, I didn't.
So this is the Santa Claus the original one. It actually, I think I always thought he was like the real Santa Claus forever, because it starts him like giving kids gifts, like visiting kids and giving them gifts. All of a sudden, they're caught in a snowstorm, and then he dies. I think they die, but the elves find them or whatever. Or when they wake up, they're in the North Pole, and then he becomes Santa Claus throughout the years, whatever. And that was my Santa Claus growing up. And the other movie is this one because I was a part of it. This is the other movie that I was a part of, and it's my childhood movie, right? Free Willy, right? But in this case, the whale was me. It wasn't the whale. The whale was trying to free me, and so that's why I was there, just kind of waving and saying hi to people, because that is me there in that movie. I was there when it happened.
I'm gonna go listen to that song now. Okay. Chris Lee wants to know if Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't even remember Die Hard anymore, but my dad had me watching that mess when I was a kid, so I don't remember it. But I do remember it took place like at Christmas time or something like that. So I'm gonna say it counts.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Die Hard is like the movie for like, I used to watch it a lot before, but I'd never considered it a Christmas movie. I just considered it like a movie, like a movie that takes place in Christmas, but not necessarily a Christmas movie.
Well, Jay Biggs, I am going to have to correct you. Die Hard is not the number one Christmas movie of all time. We just discussed this. It's Home Alone 1 and then Home Alone 2. It's okay if you feel that Home Alone 2 should be number one. But I think that's it.
I agree that it could be in the top movies of all time. The top action movie of all, number one movie of all time, I think, is Die Hard.
He said it's the number one Christmas movie of all time, and
if I'm sorry, but if it's in that category, I have to agree. If I were to put Die Hard in the category of Christmas movie, yeah, it's the best movie ever.
Okay,
guns,
well, let me ask you this:
you got guns, you got fights, you got Bruce Willis saying his catchphrases.
Yo, okay, look. So let imagine with me. Okay, side quest 845.
I don't know how I'm coming up with those numbers, but again, my fever's going up and down.
Mhm.
So look, so Mike, let me ask you this. So let's say me, Josh, Paul, and our families, we all come and hang out at your house for Christmas. And you and your wife then made this beautiful meal, and we have a wonderful meal together, and we're all sitting in the media room, and you're like, guys, what movie should we watch? It's Christmas time. The podcast family is together, our real families are together. What should we watch? Is it A, Home Alone, or B, Die Hard? And remember, we're your guests and you want us to actually stay. And it's Christmas time.
Did you make a poll?
I did not make a poll. I don't think I can make polls on your.
Okay, I can make a poll.
Can you make a poll?
Yeah, I'm making a poll right now. What was the
Okay,
question again?
so yeah. Okay, so the question's too long for a poll. What's a good way to shorten that?
I mean, I have 100 characters.
Which is a better Christmas movie? And then the choices are Die Hard and Home Alone.
This movie. Okay, so there's Die Hard, Home Alone.
Does Die Hard, Home Alone? Which is the better Christmas movie?
Die Hard, Home Alone, and what's the other one? What's the other one?
There's only two, but we can also throw on there It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Hey, for anybody who really be paying attention to the pop culture back in the day, A Diva's Christmas Carol is in my top 10. If you know, you know. That was a very good movie.
A Diva's Christmas Carol?
Mm-hmm. It has it's with Vanessa Williams, the singer.
Mhm.
Do you know who Vanessa Williams is? She
Yep. She's
big
she's
hit.
Will Smith's wife in Independence Day.
No, that is Vivica Fox.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't know who she is. I know who she is probably by face, maybe.
Did you see Soul Food? The movie Soul Food?
Let me look it up because it's Soul Food. Soul Food.
Or do you remember this? Do you remember the song Save the Best for Last?
Let's see here. I know all the actresses in Soul Food. Oh yeah. She's Rick Fox's wife. Vanessa Williams. Oh, Vivica A. Fox. Yeah, I know who she is.
Well, now ex-wife, but yeah. So, but Vanessa Williams, she played. Well, she's a singer. She's also was Miss America.
Mhm.
For all intents and purposes. She should have stayed Miss America, but that's another story.
Yeah.
And she played in the movie Soul Food. She played Terry, the firstborn child.
Mhm.
That's alone was scary. But she had this movie on VH1. Back in the day, VH1 was so lit. It had they had their own movies they would make and everything, and they were actually really good. And so
Mhm.
she had this movie called A Diva's Christmas Carol, which is of course the same as A Christmas Carol. You know, you get visited by the three spirits and everything. And so yeah, but it was starring Vanessa Williams, and she was played a singer who was a diva in the bad way.
Wow.
So yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you like movies, Mike, so you know
I do.
that could be your jam.
I do. All right, so we have a poll here. So far we got 6 votes. Come on, guys. Everybody's tired. 6 votes.
Guys, your vote counts.
Your vote counts.
And if you don't know the answer is Home Alone. But
I mean, yeah, Home Alone is winning. So yeah, Home Alone is the winner. Let me vote. I'm voting. I can't vote. It won't let me vote.
will let me vote.
It's not letting us vote. The answer is Home Alone. I repeat, Home
And I will
Alone.
say this.
Yep.
If you have not seen It's a Wonderful Life, it is an excellent movie. It is a movie that's centered Actually, it's not. I don't even know if it's centered around Christmas. Oh yeah, it is. It is centered around Christmas, but that's not the most important part of the story and everything. It just happens to be around Christmas.
Yeah,
But it's-
that's how I feel about Die Hard. It's not a Christmas movie. It's more like an action movie that takes place in Christmas. Although there is a Christmas party in the movie, and Bruce Willis spends half of the time in the air ducts. You know, about 5% of the movie he spends it talking to people. 80% of it is catchphrases and like just crawling, and
Yes.
and then like the other 10% is the credits. And that's it. That's it. That's how I
We gotta
that's
We're gonna have to watch some movies on here and do
Yeah.
commentary on them.
yeah. Yeah, I also watched Married with Children a long time ago. Yep, it's a good
I
movie.
couldn't get into Married with Children. I just couldn't get into it. I was a Cosby kid.
Cosby Kid.
Hmm.
All right, friends. I think this is we have reached the the end of the conversation of video games. So we did the In Topics Extra today. So the In Topics Extra. We'll do this again later on. Like we'll extend the podcast. Non-video game talk. To call it the In Topics Podcast Extra once in a while. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun,
We should put that on the Patreon.
right? In Topics Podcast Extra.
Hmm.
All right, friends. Without further ado, let me take you over to JCJ so she can tell you what she got going on and where you can find her. You can find her.
Yo, I forgot to tell y'all. I started a new video game this week.
Mhm.
I am finally playing Bayonetta Origins, Cereza, and the Lost Demon. And oh
Moonshine?
my gosh. And the Moonshine. Yes. And the Moonshine. That should be the name of the DLC drop. But it is a very sweet, lovely game so far.
Yeah.
I love the art style. It's very interesting. Very interesting battle with the buttons and everything. So, yep. And also, you can find me on Twitter at DJ Joycey. I am just a crazy old lady who loves video games.
Yeah. All right. And of course, you can find me here at the Odyssey. Once in a while. I'm working on making content. You guys are asking for more skits. I shall make more. I already have another skit in the works right now. And so they're coming soon. If you have not seen the latest ones, they're on there. We have a one for what's the other one? The only other one for the medication. If you need medication for disappointment, we have a disappointment after a Nintendo Direct. We have disappoint trail. Disappoint trail is coming soon. Oh, it's there. I have another one coming soon also. I have like two more that I'm working on, and we'll probably turn into a Nintendo news comedy channel because you guys keep saying, "Mike, you just turned the channel into a Nintendo news comedy channel." I'm like, okay, that sounds fun, right? News and comedy, so we can do that. And of course, the entire podcast.
A skit forever ago.
What was that?
I wrote you a skit like forever ago.
For the you mean for like the
You don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember the breaking news one, right?
Yeah, that one.
You see, I got good memory. So,
and it had nothing to do with Moonshine.
no moonshines. But yeah, I shall continue pushing forth, trying to get the channel out of the hole that it's in currently. No worries, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm pushing forward. I'm already over the dramatic part of the whole process. Now I'm on the, you know what? There's no way to go but up from here. So that's where we're headed as a channel, as a crew, as a podcast, and as people. So that's gonna do it for today's podcast, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. The chat has been crazy. Boomini, thank you for the members. Let me go ahead and give you guys the last count of what the member count is. Our goal for the channel, our first goal for the channel is to get to 100 members on the channel. I know some saying, oh, that's a small goal, but hey, for me, that's a big one because I've never been there. And so right now, thanks to Boo Mini, we are at they haven't counted them yet. They haven't. So we should be at 77 members. So 13 away. Am I right? My math's right? No, that's not right. 23 away. 23 members away from reaching the 100 member milestone. And you guys also are asking for a subathon. I didn't know what that was until like yesterday when you guys asked me what a subathon was. I'm like, okay, we'll have one. And so we will have a subathon once I figure out what to do on it, because I don't know what it is. On the 30th, August 30th, Saturday, we will have a subathon. Josie, you're welcome if you want to join. And we'll have fun. We'll play games, talk about video games and movies and stuff. It's gonna be a subathon, so it'll be a lot, just entertainment. Okay.
Did you close the poll?
I did not close the poll yet. The latest poll says Die Hard 33%. We got It's a Wonderful Life at 11%, and the winner is Home Alone at 56%.
Congratulations, you're all sane.
Well, we got 33 people saying Die Hard, and then we have another 11 saying It's a Wonderful Life, which I agree with Home
And
Alone.
we accept you just the way you are.
Yeah. Summer is wrapping up very fast. You're right. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Friday. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll live stream it tomorrow. Tomorrow, day 1 of the countdown to Hollow Knight Silksong, playing Hollow Knight until we beat it. Bye. Never give up. Journey on. Looking for the
Have a great night and a great weekend, guys.
Looking for the out thing. There you go.
Out.